Have you ever dreamed of having a lush, green garden but felt held back by a lack of space, poor soil, or just the sheer amount of work involved? What if I told you there's a way to grow vibrant, healthy plants almost anywhere with less water, no soil, and often faster results? It might sound like something from a science fiction movie, but it's a very real and incredibly exciting method of cultivation called hydroponics. So, what exactly is hydroponics? At its core, it's the art and science of growing plants without soil. Instead of their roots digging through dirt to find what they need, plants are given direct access to a perfectly balanced, nutrient rich water solution. Everything a plant needs to thrive water, nutrients, and oxygen is delivered straight to its roots. This simple yet revolutionary change opens up a world of possibilities for how and where we can grow our food. The name itself gives us a huge clue. Hydroponics comes from two Greek words, hydro meaning water and ponos meaning labor, so quite literally it means water working. It's a system where water does the heavy lifting, providing all the essential minerals that plants would normally struggle to get from the soil. This direct delivery system is the secret behind the incredible efficiency and speed of hydroponic growing. Now, you might think this is some brand new, high tech invention, but the concept has been around for thousands of years. Think about the legendary Hanging Gardens of Babylon, one of the seven wonders of the ancient world. Historians speculate that they may have used an early form of hydroponics, with water from the Euphrates River being pumped up and trickled down through the elaborate terraced gardens, constantly nourishing the plants. Fast forward to the ancient Aztecs in Central America. They built incredible floating gardens called Chinampason. The surface of lakes. These were rafts made of woven reeds, piled with nutrient-rich mud and decaying plant matter. The plant roots would grow down through the raft and into the water below, creating a self-sustaining hydroponic ecosystem. So you see, the idea of growing without traditional soil has deep roots in human history. However, the modern science of hydroponics really began to take shape in the 17th century. Scientists started to discover that plants don't actually need soil itself. What they need are the minerals and nutrients held within the soil. A German botanist named Julius von Sachs, often called the father of plant physiology, published the first standard formula for a nutrient solution in 1860. He proved conclusively that you could grow plants to full maturity in nothing but a simple jar of water mixed with a few key mineral salts. This was a groundbreaking discovery that laid the foundation for everything we do in hydroponics today. From there, the field exploded. In the 1930s, Dr. William Frederick Jerick of the University of California at Berkeley took these laboratory experiments and scaled them up for commercial application. He grew massive 25-foot tall tomato vines using only water and nutrients, and it was he who coined the term hydroponics. His work captured the public's imagination and showed the world that this water-working method could be a viable way to produce food on a large scale. During World War II, hydroponics was even used by the US Army to grow fresh vegetables for troops stationed on barren, rocky islands in the Pacific where traditional farming was impossible. So why has this ancient yet modern technique become so popular today? What are the real advantages of hydroponics over good old-fashioned soil gardening? The benefits are truly impressive. First and foremost is the incredible efficiency. Let's start with water. It might sound counterintuitive since hydro is in the name, but hydroponic systems use significantly less water than soil-based agriculture, up to 90% less. In fact, how is that possible? In traditional farming, a huge amount of water is lost to evaporation from the soil surface, runoff, and deep drainage beyond the reach of plant roots. In a hydroponic system, the water is contained and recirculated. It's used by the plants, and any excess is captured and reused. This makes hydroponics an absolute game changer for arid regions or any area facing water shortages. Next, let's talk about space. Because you're delivering nutrients directly to the roots, plants don't need to spread their root systems out wide in search of food. This means you can grow them much closer together. This leads to significantly higher yields per square foot. Furthermore, hydroponic systems can be stacked vertically. You can have multiple layers of plants growing one on top of the other, which is impossible in a traditional field. This is why you see so many vertical farms popping up in urban centers, growing fresh produce in warehouses and shipping containers, right where people live. You can turn a small balcony, a spare room, or even a closet into a productive garden. Another huge benefit is control. In a hydroponic setup, you are the master of your plants. Environment. You control the exact nutrient mix, the pH level of the water, the amount of light, and the temperature. Soil, on the other hand, is a black box. It can have nutrient deficiencies, poor drainage, or be full of pests and diseases. With hydroponics, you eliminate all those variables. This precise control allows you to give your plants exactly what they need when they need it, which often leads to healthier plants and faster growth rates. Many hydroponically grown crops can mature up to 25% faster than their soil-grown counterparts because they don't have to waste energy developing extensive root systems to search for nutrients. All that energy goes directly into growing leaves, fruits, and flowers. This leads us to the next point. No soil means no soil-borne pests or diseases. A huge amount of the work in traditional gardening involves dealing with things like fungus gnats, root rot from poorly drained soil, and various soil-based pathogens. Hydroponics completely sidesteps these issues. Plus, since most hydroponic gardens are indoors, you also avoid problems with weeds and larger pests like rabbits or deer. This means you can grow clean, healthy produce with little to no need for pesticides or herbicides. It's a cleaner, simpler way to grow. And what about the quality of the produce? There's a common misconception that hydroponically grown food is less nutritious or flavorful. That's simply not true. The nutritional value of a plant is determined by the nutrients it absorbs, and in a hydroponic system, you can provide the ideal full spectrum of minerals. This often results in produce that is more nutrient dense than what you might find in a store, where the food may have been grown in depleted soil and picked before it was fully ripe. Many people find that the flavor of fresh, homegrown hydroponic herbs and vegetables is far superior to anything they can buy. Finally, let's consider the accessibility and year-round potential. Hydroponics allows you to garden regardless of the season. Blizzards, heat waves, droughts, none of it matters when you're growing in a controlled indoor environment. You can have fresh strawberries in December or crisp lettuce in the middle of a scorching summer. It empowers people who live in apartments, those with physical limitations that make traditional gardening difficult, or anyone living in a region with a short growing season. It truly democratizes gardening, making it possible for almost anyone, anywhere to grow their own food. So to recap, hydroponics is a method of growing plants in a nutrient-rich water solution instead of soil. Its roots stretch back to ancient civilizations, but its modern form offers incredible advantages: massive water savings, higher yields in smaller spaces, precise environmental control, faster growth, fewer pests and diseases, and the ability to grow fresh food anywhere all year round. It's an elegant fusion of ancient wisdom and modern science, offering a sustainable and powerful solution to the challenge of feeding our planet and empowering us to connect with our food in a brand new way. Thank you so much for joining me on this introduction to the amazing world of hydroponics. If you are excited to learn more about the different types of systems and how you can start your own hydroponic garden at home, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next video. We've got a lot more to explore together. See you in the next one.